You stupid bitch. Yeah, you're a stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. Welcome to this week's episode of Stupid Bitches Say What? The Aussie podcast about everything and nothing, but always with wine. And your hosts, Skylee Collett and Sean Hipkins.
And boy, are we drunk.
Yes.
This week, it's What's the Haps, the episode where we discuss the topics that piqued our interest over the last 4 weeks. Listen in while we discuss new tattoos and old ones. 2000s fashion making a comeback. Love that.
Huh.
Keeping plants alive. The Crown Season 6. Mike Flannagan's horror series. Croc Cowboy boots.
Oh, my.
Making your house smell. Yum.
I put you.
Jonas and Sophie Turner split in rumors. I'm so excited you decided to do that.
Oh, good.
What are you drinking, Sean Berno?
Well, you should be a bitch. I'm still on the savvy bees. It's a double recording for those at home. So we're one bottle down. Sky just finished off her first bottle in one foul swoop. And now she's gagging. This is a Nanup estate.
Nanu.
Fire Tower, Sauvignon Blanc. Also 2022. It's fresh out the wine womb. Nanup is in Western Australia.
That's wrong. 23 is fresh out of the wine womb.
Well, 23 is still in the wine womb.
That's a freshie.
We removed it.
At 2022
No,
is a toddler.
2023 is like a veal in the wine world. We take it out of the mother before it's born. It's fresh out of the wine womb.
Do you know what I was thinking
Don't
today?
eat veal, people.
One of my topics was going to be tonight. I was going to ask you if you're still anti-lamb. Because I remember when you didn't eat lamb for a really long time, and I was like, "Oh,
yes!
I
Oh my god, that's
about
true."
That for a while, because I was actually thinking maybe I should make that one of my topics tonight because I'm actually really curious. And we haven't talked about it for a while.
We're refused about eating babies, but have you seen lambs? Like lamb is now not newborn. Like meh. They're like basically
hormoned and shit.
Teen adult sheep.
It's like me with any meat, though. I can't think about where it comes from because even pigs.
Otherwise,
I love bacon, but I love pigs. They're so fucking good.
Piggies are my favorite.
Ones.
They're my favorite animal.
So yeah, definitely, I fucking love a lamb chop, mate. Like
we will eat lamb chops, but that's pretty much it. So we got a whole.
What about a lamb rogan Josh?
No, I'd stick to my chicken tikka masala, please.
Not a chicken all the way, stupid bitch.
Huh?
Not a chicken.
No, Biddy's butter chicken. I'm chicken tikka. But we did buy. So when we got the Weber, we bought a what do you call that lamb? A lamb shoulder.
Oh,
bought a nice lamb shoulder to put in. And I'm sorry if this puts you off lamb, but this put us off any lamb. So I had the lamb shoulder. It was raw meat.
Are you talking about years ago, which is why you stopped eating lamb?
No. So I stopped it. I forgot that I stopped eating lamb based on the fact that they were babies. But this is while we're in this house, so in this apartment. So probably about 2 years ago, we bought a nice lamb shoulder to put on the barbie, low and slow, tear that shit apart. Then I put it under the sink to tap. Remember we talk about washing chicken and all that shit? There was a bit of grizzle on it, so I washed it. And it washed this piece of blood that came out of a blood clot that was in a hole in the meat, and we pretty much threw it away because I was vomiting in my mouth. No, I think it was like from a butcher, but when we washed the lead thing off, the blood clot came out, and then there was a hole where the clot was in the chunk of meat, and we were just like, bleh.
Tyler's made me throw away a whole lamb roast before because it had those little blood pockets in it and freaked out and was like, I can't eat it. You got to check. And I remember because Aaron knows everything about meat. And I remember messaging Aaron and going, dude, and he didn't get back to me until after Tyler had forced me to throw it out because he said there was something wrong with it. And he smells meat every time he has to cook. He smells it. I'm like, dude, don't smell it, man.
It's like, never good raw.
Yeah, that's
cook it, then smell it. Then you'd be like, yum.
The other day we had corn on the cob, like in a packet. You know those ones that aren't because we normally buy it when you're peel the ears off.
Yes.
And we had it in the fridge, and it had a use by date on it. It was like 5 days past its use by date. I was like, dude, you know how many times I've cooked corn and just chopped off the moldy edges and still cooked it?
Oh my God. No, Vinny would be like, get it out.
And he was like, it's past its use by date. I opened it out of the plastic. We never buy the plastic corn, mind you. It was just because it was on special. I normally buy the full thing. And he was like, I'm going to chuck it in the bin. I was like, do not fucking chuck that in the bin until I get home, and I'll tell you if it's good or not. And I got home, it was like, it was fine. We cooked it. No, it was fine. We cooked it. It was perfect.
I know. Vinny's the exact same. So if we've got milk and the milk expires in 3 days and it's coming to the end of the carton and we've got a new 2 litre, he won't drink the rest of that milk.
That's Link.
It's expiring in 3 days and the new one will be open. There'll be a quarter of that gone.
Yeah.
And I just use the old one to fill up his cereal without him knowing.
Yeah. Did you tell him about how you grew up with powdered milk?
No, I didn't grow
that was your life. You're like, you're lucky you have fucking fresh milk in this house, brother.
UHT milk in London. Thank you. I buy a 6-pack once a month. Stores in the cupboard. It's fine. Oh, the things we do.
We were talking about what you were drinking. Oh, the Haps episodes are always fucked, man. Always.
But what are you drinking on this fine night, Sky?
Well, I know that I've drunk this on the podcast because I remember getting it from on the way home from work at my recent job a few weeks ago, or maybe last season. But it's a pepper jack. Sally B, Limestone Coast from Tasmania. It's 2023.
Oh, so that is a veal. Okay, so if it's a year that we drink the wine, it's veal, and then if it's a year before, it's fresh out the wine womb.
Sure. Okay, we're categorizing it now. Gotcha. I'm up with it.
You're drinking veal.
I am, but it's lovely, and I put it into the same glass. I didn't even rinse this glass out, which I
didn't rinse mine either.
I always rinse.
Me too. Usually,
I've done that.
Here's to dirty drinkers.
Cheers. Here's to one of the episodes where we just giggled the whole way through. Oh, how's your week been, you dumb bitch?
My week's been good. So I have some exciting news to share. Ooh, well, exciting for me. Exciting for me. So, you know, my love of Survivor.
Oh, God, here we go. Yes.
A new game came out this week in Australia, came out last week in the States, called Survivor Castaway Island for the Nintendo Switch. Oh. And it's not everything that a Survivor fan wants, but a Survivor fan will totally buy it. So you do challenges, you're in a tribe, you have to go around and do work to like collect wood, water, fish to keep your camp alive.
On his Switch.
On my Switch, on the TV screen.
I watch it real life.
I put it on the TV screen. It's real life. You talk to the other tribe mates. You can see your relationships with them. You can build relationships. You can form voting blocks or ask them to vote some way, ask them who they're voting, form alliances. It's great fun, but there are so many issues with it in the sense that
it's clunky.
I mean, the graphics aren't great. There's certain things that they could do to just really improve it and make it so much better. So we're waiting on those patches to come through. But as a Survivor fan, you will still put up with it. This is the first Survivor game.
Game programmer now, aren't you? That's going to be a new hobby. Yeah,
I've got some feedback.
Let me help you with your bugs.
Look, I would love the fucking
and your software bugs
person or the company that created this game to say,
let's patch it up.
Yeah, that would just say, we need people to give us advice. I'm like, I'm your man. I can totally make this a killer game.
As you're talking about the Switch, I was just thinking about my sister and how much normally now when I message her, I'm like, what are you doing today? Oh, I've been playing the Switch for like 4 hours.
Wow.
So she's a massive Switch head.
Wow. I bought the Switch when I quit work in 2019 and I played it for a little bit. I've still got a singing game that my brother got me for the Switch that I haven't played yet because I'm too shy to do it here, even though Vinny and I scream sing when we're drunk. I should just pull that out. But I haven't played it for so long, so it's got me back on the Switch. Do you know what she plays?
Yeah, so she plays I'm gonna say I'm gonna kill myself for thinking. I know she was really into the Animal Crossing for a while, but it's not that. I feel like it's the Link one.
Legend of Zelda.
Yes, it is. Yes. But she'll literally go into a room and just like hide from her kids. Yeah. And just be like fucking play it for hours on end. And I'll be like, what are you doing? Do you want to do something? And she's like, no, I'm just going to finish this game.
See, if we had another room here
head.
that I could do that, I would probably do it a lot more.
She doesn't play it on a big screen. She plays it on a
I
Switch,
play it on
the
the big screen.
No, she plays it on the handheld.
I should just play it on the handheld. Take it into bed with me. Night, Vinny.
Yeah, just to give a bit of context. My sister's a graduate university.
She's tertiary educated.
No, many years of tertiary education. She is like thrice degrees.
Everyone needs an outlet.
So when she's not on the Switch, I ring her and she's like, I'm studying. And then other times she's like, I'm switching. She's just like switching for hours.
That's a zone out.
I know.
Let me just do this. Oh, bless her. So let's go. How's your week been, you stupid bitch?
Oh, well, I actually used one of my How's My Week topics in my What's the Haps topics because I did have a lot of topics tonight.
I did think new tattoos and houseplants dying were current affairs of the last 4 weeks. What do you mean?
How dare you? How dare you? My week has been good.
Until now.
But I have booked in to get some new tattoos. Okay. So I have 7 tattoos. Yeah. But if you count the fact that I changed this rose tattoo that I've had for years and put a little tiny T on it for Tyler.
Can I just ask
that's 8 of 8.
How much of a change is it when you put a little tiny T on a rose and it doesn't change the picture of the rose at all?
How many tattoos do you have, Bino?
1. Well, it depends. Do my 3 birds count as 3 or 1?
If you got them in one setting, it's 1 tattoo.
1, 2, 3, 4. Lift
7.
your leg. Okay, but if I put a little V in there, does that make it 8?
Well, what I'm saying, it's 8 if I include the T. I'm saying I have 7.
All right, continue.
Anyway, so I'm booked in to get another 4.
And it's a letter V, SBSW. That's 4 tattoos.
I'm going to punch her in the face. Actually,
what are you
probably
getting?
Could be 5. I'm not going to tell you because there's a whole different, there's some really like close to my heart tattoos I'm going to get. But anyway, so I'm going to get some more tattoos because I've got $300 vouchers. You guys brought me a voucher for my birthday. Oh my God,
yes.
My parents brought me a voucher for my birthday. Who else brought me?
Can we get a stupid bitch to say what tattoo?
SBSW. Yes.
In some way, yeah.
I would love an SBSW.
Yeah, I would too. Even like whatever. It's a big part of our lives now.
Well, Natty, my friend Natty, she was with me to get. This is my first tattoo, right? She was with me because I had wanted this tattoo.
Is that
for about
1 tattoo or
years.
3?
It's 1 tattoo.
You hold it up. You can't.
Oh, actually, no. I've got 8. I forgot about my airplane. I've actually got 8. Sorry,
the
9 including the T. 9 including the T.
The airplane's the first one I thought of.
No, the airplane was 8. The airplane I got on the Central Coast.
Yeah, but it's the first one I thought of.
Well, it's not the one that I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
you're going to have fun editing this, motherfucker.
It's already started. We haven't even got to topics.
I need to take my jumper off. I'm really hot.
You look
it's
cool.
One of those jumpers that is actually like.
Why the fuck were you wearing a jumper?
Because the air conditioning in my work is so insane that I end up my fingers. I can't feel my fingers. It's so cold.
Okay, so go through your 8 tattoos, including the T that you put on.
Oh no, let's lose the T. Okay, so you've already voiced your opinion that the T is not worth a separate tattoo.
Well,
I get it.
Really?
Okay, fine.
It's a tiny T.
This is my original. This is my OG, right? So then I went back and got the rose minus the T, and I got the link, right? This is the linky. So then, when I first moved to the Central Coast, I got books on one of my feet, and I got the airplane.
Yeah.
And the airplane scarred because the biker dude who did it literally chain smoked the entire time in a studio, and his studio had been there for 20 years, and everyone said he was the best tattooist on the coast. And I was like,
that's why it cost $10.
No, he took about an hour
to do that?
He took about an hour and he actually went to scar tissue doing it. And I was like in agony and it was bleeding everywhere and it scabbed up and everyone was like, you need to see a doctor. It's that infected. And you can actually see the white patches in it. That's really bad because he fucked it so badly. So then that's okay. So what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I went and I've got a little wave and a sun on my ankle. I've got daughter on my other foot all the way down because I'm a daughter.
You are a daughter.
And then I got the true love when my pop passed away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's my 8, right? Yeah. And then I'm going to go get 4 more because I like little tiny ones, but I'm running out of little tiny spots to put them today.
Well, you can just join them all together and make it a bigger tattoo.
So Nanny's been saying to me for probably about the last 10 years that she wants us to get a tattoo together. We haven't decided exactly what we're getting.
I love that for her.
But I have already 4 tattoos that I want from all the vouchers that I have. And then Nat will also get another tattoo. So I'm probably going to get 5 new tattoos in like 2 weeks. They'll be little tiny ones. I'm not like a back.
Do you know what they are? Are you going to tell us what they are?
I know my 4. I don't know what Nat and I are going to pick. No, I can't because it's a big fat secret. You just have to wait till you see me next time. And I've got little bits of Glad wrap all over me. I'm like, what is that? Show me. I'm like, I can't swim in the ocean. But yes, so I'm going to get 4 more new tattoos.
Very cool.
Anyway, that's
when are you going? Are you booked in or?
I was supposed to book this week and I forgot.
Oh, that's all right. But
so I'll try and ring tomorrow because we're going on the 22nd on the Saturday, me and Nat.
All right. So apparently 2000s fashion choices are now showing up in stores again. First off, we have the dress over jeans look.
Oh, I love the dress over jeans. That was my favorite look of the 2000s. I wore it everywhere. I loved that look.
My next question is, did you rock that look?
I rocked that hard.
You rocked it hard.
Rocked that hard. Also drinking a bottle of Passion Pop because it was like $3.
Yeah. And there was always like the t-shirt that looked like a skirt that went over the jeans look, like in t-shirt material.
I did a whole clubbing era for about 2 years where we just wore dresses over like pants.
Yeah.
And we crimped our hair, back in the 80s. And we used to go to the clubbing all the time. And we used to wear those shoes that were like this big. But were platforms.
Platforms, yeah. Where you could
and put like sparkles near our eyes and, that was before fake eyelashes or any of that shit.
So it's coming back. And some other fashion choices making a resurgence. Ballet flats.
Oh, I like a little ballet flat, but I've got little short legs, so I look like a tiny Smurf woman.
Baby, but you got to wear them with cuffed jeans.
Yeah, no, that won't. That look won't work for me. Just make me look dumpy, like a Smurf.
Graphic tees are coming back, which I'm pleased about. I fucking love those so much. I'm not much of a slogan shirt though, but apparently they're cool again. They're cool again.
They've always been cool. They've never gone out. I always wear slogans. You know my Jurassic Park shirt that I wear with pride constantly.
Pleated skirts.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Who wants to iron those pleats?
Yeah. Corsets and holes and cutouts. They're also coming back. Do you remember Britney Spears in a corset and Christina Aguilera? That's happening again.
I thought you were going to do the Britney Spears knife thing tonight, actually. I was waiting for you to come
that
in
was
with
hilarious.
That whole thing.
Yeah, where she's dancing around or doing the fucking... I know, great. Linen is big again.
Linen's been big for a while.
Over the last couple of months, it has. But do you remember cheese? Do you remember cheesecloth pants?
I love cheesecloth.
Oh my God. That was more of the late 90s. And I was like, they were everywhere and I hated it. I had a pair and I have a really embarrassing story about it. So I had cheesecloth pants. I went to work one day.
You pooped yourself.
Nearly, but no. And then I caught the bus home, and it was when you'd have to stand up in the bus where they were that infrequent, where the whole middle aisle was full with people stood up holding the rails. Do you remember those days?
Like the trains.
And I was coming back from fucking Carina, and I got back home, and then I took my pants off and I looked, and in my pocket there was this big brown blob. that was showing through the back of my cheesecloth pants while I stood on a bus. I'd sat on an M&M that was in my pocket, and it created this huge created this huge brown blob on my ass that people would have thought was a piece of shit the whole way home. I was fucking mortified. And I had to catch the bus again for months afterwards with the same people.
Watch out for the poo guy.
But you know what I find?
Himself.
Do you know what I find interesting about this whole fashion coming back thing? Is that we are of an age now where fashion from our lives, and that we were very heavily invested in, hashtag skirts over jeans, shirts over jeans, are making comebacks. Like when we were teens and we were in our 20s, you'd hear about fashions making a comeback, and it was something that we hadn't experienced. Like we hadn't experienced the fashion before, and we're like, wow.
You must be living under a rock, because it's already happened like probably thrice now. Do you know how many times fashion has regurgitated so many times in our lifespan? I know a lot about fashion, okay?
You do.
Know a lot about, yeah.
But my point is, I'm not saying like
this
right
isn't
now.
The first time. This is probably thrice.
I'm not suggesting this is our first time. I'm just saying we're at a point in our lives where fashion is making that resurgence. Like when we're in our teens and in our 20s, you'd hear about fashions making a comeback, and it was something that we hadn't experienced. So we were like, wow, that's so vintage. Those people who wore this before me were like super old. And we are now those people.
We are vintage people.
And any fashion choices you'd like to see come? Are there any fashion choices you'd like to see come back besides the skirt over jeans?
Look, I love the flares. Flares have always been a huge thing for me, and I love them so much.
Loved the flares myself. Not bell bottoms, just the flares. The ones that got little ripped tears on the bottom from dragging on the bitumen.
I did the flares in high school, and I also had a little while in the 2000s where I brought back the flares for a bit.
I also rocked the flares in the 2000s. And you know what I'd really like to see more of a resurgence of?
You used to do the tips. The blonde tips.
Well, my hair was always blonde, but I used to do the flush up. Yeah, spike it up. There was photos that came up in 2008 or 7 when we were in 6.
Also, we were friends with a bunch of hairdressers for a while there too. Remember, they were always trying to do crazy shit with our hair.
Most funky shit. But you know what else I'd love to see back is V-neck tees, man. Like, bring them back. I love a V-neck. I rock a V-neck.
I still rock a V-neck.
It's not fashionable.
I know about you, but I love can make any fashion happen. I make the side pony work.
Oh, you do make a side pony work. You dumb bitch.
And nobody's putting that on their blog about how it's making fashion. And
Yet.
I rock the side pony at work at least once or twice a week. I do it when my hair's really dirty. And I pull it down the side so it makes it look a little bit nicer because of the blonde.
Because you can see the side of it.
Yeah, because it makes it look like it's not as gross and disgusting.
And you've just whipped it into a pony. It's a side pony.
Twice a week side pony, because then it comes down my face. I'm like, it hasn't.
Can you please do pigtails one day at work next week?
I have a friend at work who keeps begging me to, on a Friday, braid my hair into like braids on top of my head, and she makes it look really cool. She's a lot younger than me. But I will say to her, are we podcasting next Friday?
No.
Okay, so well, remind me the next time we're podcasting and I'll make her do it. Are you talking like ponytail pigtails, or are you talking plaits?
Whatever you want to do, something 2 on 2 sides. Like your sister did look at German, I guess, at German Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I'll do the plaits. I'll do double plait on each side. Do you want me to?
Perfect, yeah.
I'm terrible at plaiting. She'll do it perfectly. I'll be like, I'm doing it for the podcast.
It's like a raffia hat.
She used to be a hairdresser. Like, can you just like do like really cool double plaits for me? Like really long ones. Do you want me like Pippi Longstocking it?
Yes. 100%. So not next Friday, the Friday after.
I'll tell her. I'll lock her in for her, I promise. I'll Pippi Longstocking the shit out of that.
Fantastic. All right, you're up next.
Let me look at my really short list. Okay, all right. I'm going to save the TV one till the end because you've got a longer list than I have. I'm going to talk about keeping my plants alive.
Okay.
So, I feel like I'm talking about my tattoos again. I have probably about
8 plants.
No, I have more.
9 if you include the little T I put next to it.
Link actually saw me watering my plants the other morning before I went to work and was like, "Are you still like watering them? Like, how are you keeping them?" I said, "Look around, son. Are these plants alive or are these plants alive?" And he's like, "Yeah, actually,
are they
shocked.
Alive or are they thrive?"
He's like, "First of all, I'm shocked to see that you're watering them in the morning before you go to work. Secondly, you're right. They're all alive. Some of them look a little rougher for the wear.
But they're still kicking.
But they're all charging on, man, charging hard." And so Nat brought me one a little while ago. She brought it for my birthday and forgot to give it to me, and then eventually came over like maybe a month ago and gave it to me. And I just keep watering that badass, and it's fucking climbing up the walls.
Oh, nice. Like. You're like, yes.
Growing, it's like a vine. But I've grown to understand that the important thing is that if you have plants in a pot, if they grow really quickly, you've got to put them into bigger pots. Like you have to keep growing like with them. So I've started replanting some of my plants.
Wow.
It's going really well. I have one out the front that's not doing so well, and I'm really determined to make it work because when I brought it, it was thriving. It was like a tree, and it's still a tree, but it's dying a lot. But when I water it heaps, it comes back. Okay. But it's too big to keep in the house now. Like I keep it on the front step.
Nice.
But I've got some that started off really small that have gotten crazy, but sometimes the dog eats some of them too, and then that fucks them.
Yeah, our cat eats our plants. Yeah.
But you don't have any plants really, do you?
We have loads, you stupid bitch. There's 2 right behind you. There's a lucky bamboo. There's a cactus head.
I just brought a lucky bamboo.
And we've got
a cactus doesn't count.
We've got a plant here, and we've got heaps of succulents out on the balcony.
Succulents? Anybody can keep a succulent alive. I'm talking about real plants, man.
It's still considered a plant.
No, I've got actual real plants.
Orchids.
Of different varieties. Not just succulents or cactuses or lucky bamboos.
Cacti, please. And how are they all looking? Great.
Amazing. I just told you they're all amazing, except for the weird one out the front.
It's like, I don't want to be here anymore.
I'm committed to that plan. I water it every morning when I go to work. I'm like literally pour like a whole fucking massive, but it needs a lot of water because it's in the sun all the time, but it's too big to bring in the house because it's so like big.
What type of plant is it? Do you know?
No idea. I couldn't tell you what any of my plants. I've got one succulent on my kitchen bench, but bench. That's Lindy Chamberlain.
That's Lindy Chamberlain.
Oh God, I hope she never listens to the podcast.
I think she's dead, isn't she?
No, she's not dead.
Are you sure? Is Lindy Chamberlain dead?
How the fuck are you going to edit this? We haven't even how long have we been recording for? This is what happens when I drink wine.
No, you're right. She's 75.
Yeah. Duh, I told you.
Oh, if anyone knows Lindy Chamberlain.
Maybe her husband's dead, actually.
Richard, yes.
The OG one, the one that she divorced. The
father of
dad.
Azaria.
Yeah, he's dead, I'm pretty sure. Maybe. It's hard to say.
So The Crown season 6. So what do you know about it?
It's a great segue. Okay. All I know is what I've seen on Facebook just this week because I saw something come up.
It's only happened this week, yeah.
And it was a picture of Diana in a pool, I think. It was like her swimming or sat in a pool or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like the final season. And it didn't say there's going to be no more, but it indicated final season. There was a bit more like commentary about there's not going to be any more. Because, other seasons of The Crown, they're like, this is it. We're not going to do any more seasons.
Yes.
And they do another
It was meant
season.
to finish at season 5. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think it was actually meant to finish at season 4.
Wow.
And then they kept doing it, which kills me because I'm like, just keep doing it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Now it's getting into territory of people who actually live now.
And actually
it's like it's getting dangerous waters for them. But I love the Diana episodes.
Yes.
I have conflicted feelings about the Diana episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But I love them intense. I love the whole show. I've loved it from the beginning.
Oh, me too.
We were just talking in the last episode about the Winston Churchill stuff. I love history so much. It's not like history, but you know what I mean? It is history for us.
It is totally history. Stuff. A lot of shit was well before us. But that's what I've got. We know it's the final season, which for me is heartbreaking. I'd love for them to do a couple more up to where the Queen's passing or just before.
They might do a comeback in 10 years or
That's
something.
what I've got. I was hoping they might do a reboot. I'd like to see stuff about the Harry and Meghan part. I think that'd be interesting to see. But this final season covers events from 1997 through to 2005, covering some of the most notable recent moments in the monarch's history.
It covers like Prince William death and meeting
Kate.
I know it fringes on their first meeting and stuff like. I don't know exactly the story, but obviously it's going to cover Diana's death, which is a massive milestone, life moment, huge for milestone. Me.
Yeah, me too. We all remember where we were when we found out Diana.
Without a doubt, I remember exactly what happened.
It has Diana's death in 97, the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth in 2002. And Princess Margaret's death, which was also in 2002. So Netflix announced that The Crown Season 6 will actually be split into 2 parts.
Yes, I saw that too, and I love that. And they're going to do November and December, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, so it's not like Yellowstone where we've got to wait another fucking year. So
it's going to be like full Christmas binging. We're going to be so busy, and then all of a sudden we're going to go Boxing Day. Let's fucking watch part 2, motherfucker.
So part 1 will debut on November 16 and part 2 following a month later on December 14th.
Yes, great timing, man. Great timing.
According to the official press release from Netflix, part 1 will consist of 4 episodes and depict a relationship blossoming between Princess Diana and Dodi Fayed.
I cannot wait for that.
And then before the fateful car journey having devastating consequences, which will be very sad. There is also, so the end of season 6 had her leaving, watching Swan Lake, the ballet with Dodi Fayed, which was a few weeks just before her car crash. I actually thought when I was watching it that was the lead up to her going into the car crash, but it's not. I
absolutely thought that. I agree with you. I forgot that was how it ended, but I totally remember that because I never really thought, like I could never put together. I knew in history how it happened, but the fact that she had the relationship with the dad first, I just couldn't see how it would play out. Like even then I was just like, what?
Because what do they own? What did the Fayeds own?
Harrods.
Huge Harrods. Yes.
Yeah, but he made Harrods what it was as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So he came from nothing.
Yeah. So I think it'll be good having a bit of a pause in between because we'll probably watch the first 4 episodes because it's going to be pretty hectic having that scene to then just flash to Will being a young adult. You know what I mean? So it'll be hectic having that and then next episode. Plus it will feel like we will actually have 7 seasons in total, which is good.
Do you know what it's making me think about though, now that you're talking about it, is have you seen The House of Gucci with Gaga in it?
No.
Oh, and you were such a lover of Gaga.
I am still. Is it good?
Look, it has a few Tyler watched it with me. He loved it. But there was a few points where we were, so the problem is that Gaga ends up being the bad person in the end. But it is a bit of a dynasty type situation, a rags to riches story, where it's
Seriously
like
interesting.
you can see it going to shit before they can see it going to shit.
Yeah.
You're like, guys, come on, stop
Sort
being
your
so
shit out.
toxic.
Well, the benefit of hindsight, really. Hindsight's 2020.
But it's fascinating. It's a fascinating. I found it extremely fascinating. I was like, whoa,
It's a movie, isn't it?
And she's amazing in it. Amazing.
I think she got nominated for.
She did. And the dude who I also massively loved before I was a Star Wars dude, is what's his name? Adam Driver.
Oh yeah.
He's great. He ends up being the worst prick in the world at the end.
Oh, okay. I'll watch it. It's on Netflix, I'm sure.
It's on one of them. I think it's binge actually. So Fox.
Okay, so Fox.
But it was my pick of a movie night one night, and I was like, ugh.
But
it was just after we'd watched fucking
Star is Born.
Star is Born, and he was like, anything Gaga does, I will watch.
So you're like, okay, ching.
Let's watch House of Gucci.
So The Crown season 6 part 2 will consist of 6 episodes. So it's going to be a 10-episode season.
You already did that.
No, according to Netflix, these final episodes will follow Prince William as he tries to integrate back into life at Eton following his mother's death. So when he meets Kate and everything. Meanwhile, Queen Elizabeth II's Golden Jubilee will take place as the Queen reflects on the future of the monarchy with the marriage of Charles and Camilla and the beginnings of a new royal fairy tale in William and Kate. Have you seen the teaser for it?
Yes. Well, no, actually, I just saw the snaps. A couple of
watch the teaser. It's amazing because it shows all of the queens, the previous queens, or who played the queens, walking through the hall and all that stuff, and it's like proper goosebump inducing moments. Because
who's your favorite queen?
I was just gonna say, who has been your fave queen? Claire,
the OG. The OG.
Yeah, I love her.
And I didn't actually think I would enjoy when they changed it. And when they change every character, I'm like, fuck. And Tyler's worse. He's like, fuck this shit.
Annoying, but I
love the OGs, and he hates it. And then he ends up loving them.
I loved the end of it. Olivia, the one who played the second queen.
She was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And even Imelda, who's playing the last queen's very good as well.
And when she walked in, I was like, and Tyler was like, that bitch from Harry Potter.
Yes.
I will never fucking. Yeah, he was like, I can't even watch it. And I was like, I'm the same, baby. I'm the same. Like, I don't even know if I can continue on because of that bitch from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
She's typecast like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But we were both.
She was
and
great.
Then she just became really cool.
Yeah, she was the queen. So both Claire and Olivia, the first and the second one, have won Emmys for their portrayal of the queen. Hopefully this bitch will get one for the her second season. And I wish I actually watched the Emmys again because I used to fucking love those award shows when I was younger.
I didn't. I used to like the outfits. I always watch the outfits, but not really.
But it was always nice seeing your favorite TV show getting a award for something. Anyway,
what a show, man. Like what totally. I love that we both equally love it. It's not very often that we both equally love a show.
And we've watched it from start to finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's that. What's your next one?
Okay.
Making your house smell yum.
Yes. So this is actually something that I was going to buy Vinny for his birthday, but I thought he'd be like, what the fuck, Sky? So I've had this thing coming up on Instagram for ages and ages and ages, literally to the point where I've had to like say to the ad, fuck off. I don't want to see the ad anymore because I'm sick of seeing the ad all the time. So it's
I want to see less of this.
Yes. I've actually commented on it. I was like, don't show me this anymore. I'm sick of seeing every single ad of this on my Instagram. But you know, believe it or not, I do love a clean house. I live with, you know, in a situation where sometimes it's not always that clean. But I love nothing more than being not hungover on a Saturday and deep cleaning my house. Like I love it. I just don't really get the time to do it.
Yeah.
So, and I also love my house smelling nice because I have pets. I have a dog that sleeps in my room and he's the stinkiest stinker. The cat who just doesn't finish his wet food and it's always gross, right? So I'm always trying to make my house smell nicer. Anyway, so I finally gave in to the gimmick that I've just rejected constantly on Instagram, saying, stop showing this to me. Because one time it popped up and it was like mustics. Do you want your house to smell mustics?
Yes.
And I researched it a little bit, and they have all these great deals, right? And okay, so they have a range. They have a diffuser range. I don't have the diffusers.
Diffusers are shit, like the stick ones.
I agree. I totally agree. Every diffuser I've ever met is disgusting. It never
doesn't
lasts.
work.
It doesn't do anything. I totally agree. So that's why I haven't brought them. But I got sucked into the propaganda on this occasion, and it's an Aussie company, right? Anyway, so they have a range of air fresheners and toilet cleaners and diffusers. That's the three things that they do. So basically, I got a massive pack for about $60, $70 of all these combination of air fresheners. They chucked in 2 free ones as well.
Love that.
And so we got all these little bottles. So it's a range of toilet sprays, like air freshener sprays. And what was the other thing I said?
Diffusers, which we hate.
No, air fresheners and toilet cleaners. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But they say they're multi-purpose, so that you can use them for anything. So I actually make my own home cleaner sometimes. Like I use the normal cleaners that I buy at the shops, but I buy lots of like essences, like natural oils, and I put them into a bottle. I have all these bottles everywhere, and I put them into a bottle with vinegar and stuff like that, and I mix them. I've been doing it for years, just because I like a natural smell in my house.
Yeah.
Especially with pets, right? So I like eucalyptus and jasmine and lavender and stuff like that, and I've done it for years. So I just thought I don't even know what inspired me to do it one day, but it just did. And I just brought this bunch of stuff from them. And I got all this free stuff for buying it. It cost me $60. So I got about 8 bottles of the stuff. Half of them are toilet cleaners, like spray cleaners, and half of them are air fresheners. One of the bottles smells legitimately like mustics.
Oh, I love
honestly
mustics.
The only thing I clean my room in, so they say it's versatile, so it's a toilet cleaner, air freshener, like a wipe down,
like a multi-purpose.
You can use it for anything. It's like I don't know if it's all natural, because how can you make mustics from all natural? I don't know what they put in it, but it proper, like I clean our room of mustics and people come in and it's like, what the fuck does your house smell like?
Nice.
So I thought about buying it for Vinny for his birthday, because I know how cleanly he is, like how he loves, like, cleaning shit. But they've just brought out a new flavor, and it's red frogs, and they've
I've
brought
seen that advertised.
Yes!
Red frogs is back. Yeah.
So the mustics, I honestly will endorse it for the rest of my life, because it's insane. Like I clean the toilet bowl, I clean the sinks, I wipe down all our benches with it. But I've got pink lemonade, I've got ocean mist.
Are they all good though?
They're all really good. The mustics that's the bedroom scent. Like I won't clean the house with the mustics. I only leave it for the bedroom.
Yeah.
Because when I'm like dusting and wiping down all the counters and stuff, cleaning the windowsills and stuff like that, I do it only in mustic, and then I just do a little spray on the bed sheets, and I put like fresh bed sheets on. I just spray all the bed, and Tyler's like, it smells amazing.
Oh, send me the link. I want to get some.
It is insane. And now they've got the red frogs. I'm like, oh my God, where am I ever going to put the red frogs? Is it going to be the lounge room? I can't put red frogs in the toilets. Like, so what I do in the toilet.
That's ocean mist.
So they've got a pink lemonade that I do in the toilets.
Is that nice?
It's lovely. It's not as good as the mustics, but all the flavors are really, really great.
Oh, cool. Okay, send me the link.
Yeah, it's cool. And they always give you freebies. They always chuck in freebies. They must be doing so well that they make so much money.
Promote them more.
Yeah. So every time it's like, oh, don't even bother putting your code into your shopping cart. We're just going to give you this for free.
Oh, nice.
And then, so I'm so tempted to buy the scented stick thing, the
diffuser.
Yeah, because what they've said about that other scents is spot on. So I'm like, if they're
but diffusers, it's like, do you turn them around? What do you do with them? It's annoying, diffusers.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to actually just leave the sticks in. They're supposed to scent it out. But I've never found. Actually, my mum brought me a pack yonks ago, and they were amazing. And they smelt for yonks and yonks. But that was the only time I've ever had diffusers that smelt for ages that were worth it.
Okay. Yeah, we bought some from Maya a couple of months ago. We're like, yes, this will be nice. Lemongrass. I love lemongrass. It's one of
I
my
love
favorites.
lemongrass.
So nice. I love it in a tea. I love it as a scent. And yeah, it
And a
was
bit
shit.
of Thai. A little bit of a Thai stir fry.
Exactly. Lemongrass. Balls. Yeah, so but I've lost faith in those sticks.
Agree, but I'm actually going to give it a go because I think at the moment they're giving away a set of sticks.
Oh, well, go for it.
Yeah. So it's just
Send me
called
the
Mask.
link.
Just go MASK Mask Australia. That's all you
Oh,
need to
mask.
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I see the
But
red frog one's coming up as a spray bottle. Yeah.
oh, I'm buying the red frogs. I'm buying extra musk and I'm buying red
Okay.
frogs. Like honestly, like because you know when you go to the shops and you like buy like air freshener and stuff and you're like $4 for air freshener, fuck this shit. Because it doesn't work. But this stuff actually smells insane and sticks around for a while.
That's what you want is to stick around.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'll pay $15 a bottle for that. That's fucking
You're paying
nice.
good shit. Yeah.
But get the mustics. So get the red frogs, the mustics, and then get a diffuser because I'm going to get a free diffuser too this week.
Okay. Well, I'm going to check it as soon as we finish this PC.
We will
Short
never,
for podcast.
We will never finish this episode. This episode will go till we die.
I know, it's a long one. All right. So Cowboy Croc boots.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
So Crocs have broadened their range and are now selling full-on Croc cowboy boots, complete with sheriff stars on the front and shit like that. They will be released in Australia on the 23rd of October. So about a week before this podcast airs. You're welcome if you're listening. So get out and get them, please. It'll only set you back around $230 for a pair.
And they're ugly motherfuckers. Look at my little plastic slides that I wear all the time. They're cute as fuck. They're not fucking Crocs. They're way better than Crocs.
Wait till you see the promos of these Croc boots. So you know what Crocs are? Obviously, they're the ugly chunky plastics. So it's that chunky plastic
the holes
look,
in the front,
but in a boot, like a cowboy boot. I just can't think of where anyone would legitimately wear these unless it was a fancy dress or a joke theme or something like that. I don't know why anyone would put them on and walk outside the house.
But it's a little bit like Birkenstocks, isn't it?
Oh my God, you stupid bitch. My next sentence is, though in saying that, look at the old Birkenstock. Exactly right. They were ridiculed for a while and now they're the most fashionable sandal around. 100% what I was going to say.
This is why we are best friends and do a podcast.
Because we know what we're going to go on about. We can relate. But yeah, Birkenstocks. I don't see Crocs making that much of an impact, though.
Maybe we need to make more of a episode about how the fact we never actually rehearse at all. It's just pure life stuff.
Well, look.
We don't even share our topics until like 6 o'clock on a Friday.
What are you doing? I need to round it up.
Wait. I'm still... So today I actually said to Lincoln Tyler this morning, I was like, it's what's the Haps? Give me some things that you know about that's happening. And they were both like, and Tyler's actually spent the whole day just throwing ideas at me. And I was like, no. It's too much research. No. What's the Haps is supposed to be a topic that I don't have to research.
Anyway, have you ever owned a pair of Crocs or worn a pair?
Not once, but I wear plastic slides all the time that I love.
No. Not plastic slide stars. Crocs. Full of
never,
Crocs.
not once.
Me neither. I've never owned or worn a pair. And I've seen people saying
the round front at the top is just not attractive to me. It's not attractive.
Oh, they're not an attractive shoe. They're not an attractive shoe. But I've heard people saying that they get a pair for the house and the yard work because they are super comfortable, but they won't wear them anywhere else until they do that one time, just nipping out to the shops. And
it's definitely a young people thing. Some of the young kids at work wear them to work.
And are you serious?
Like, yeah.
God.
It's like a, what do you call it? What's the thing being
Birkenstock?
No. Like being what's the word? Ironic.
Oh yeah.
They wear them ironically.
Yeah. All right. So tell me about this next one because I'm actually really keen to hear about this one. You know, I love horror.
So have you seen Haunting of Hill House? I feel like we've talked to. Okay, have you seen Haunting of Bly Manor?
Yes,
okay.
Not as good as Hill House. Hill House is much more
pretty
spookier.
Good though. The chick that comes out of the lake and she lives her whole life at the end, and then eventually the chick from the lake comes and gets her like 20 years later.
I don't even know if I've finished Bly Manor because it wasn't as good as Hill House. But you know what's funny is we watched before we were coming into podcast. Vinny's like, well, what am I going to watch? So we were going through Netflix, and then we were scrolling through a heap of shows. He's watching the Beckham documentary. And
well, everyone's raving about the Beckham documentary.
He said it's amazing.
Yeah,
he said it's amazing.
And I don't even like either of them, but everyone's saying like even if you don't like them, it's insanely good.
Yeah, he's saying it's great. But we flicked past Haunting of Hill House. I'm like, oh, I've got to watch that again. And Mindhunter. Did you ever watch Mindhunter?
Tyler watched Mindhunter. I've never watched Mindhunter, but he raves about it.
It needs its third season start.
I was thinking actually today, I was driving to work and I was like, I'm going to call my sister, tell her I need to have the kids over for the night because I need to show Lola Urban Legends. But I'm going to be like, lols, come for Friday night. Let's start with Urban Legends. Let's do Hill House. Let's do Blythe Manor. And then we'll bring Link up. But the new ones are rated too. So
the new one, what?
So the new one, and I actually realized when
So is this the guy that you're talking about that's done Bly Manor and Hill House?
So Mike Flannagan, he done The Haunting of Hill House, right? Which was, we both agree, is insanely good.
Neck lady.
Yeah. And it just keeps you going the whole time. Like even, I've watched it twice now.
I haven't done it once. I want to do it a second time.
Even the second time I was like, this shit is fucked up. And in
that
such
old
a cool
guy
way.
That comes in with the walking stick, the ghost, and the kids.
And even when their lives move on, and they still keep haunting them, and they think that they're not haunting them, but they're still haunted by that fucking house. Yeah. And I don't really like ghosty stories. You know me, I'm a bit of a like baby when it comes to stuff like that. But I tell you what, I love, and so it's like American Horror Story, right? It's the same characters. I mean, the same actors over and over.
Yeah,
not always the same actors. Sometimes some people come and go back, and
different characters. Yeah.
Yes, but he generally uses most of the same. So there's some that have been there since the first show and have been in every show. And there's some who have been in the first show, come back in the third show, or sometimes there's new ones. Yes. Yeah. So he's up to, I actually forgot about the third one. So there's The Haunting of Hill House. I've got it up. Hang on, let me just find it.
Was there a third one?
Midnight Mass. And I haven't seen Midnight Mass.
Oh, I didn't know that was him. I haven't seen that either.
No.
But apparently it got good reviews. Yeah.
Yes. But so the OG one is Haunting of Hill House. Oh my
God. I think as soon as you tell me the name, I'm going to go yes, because we were flicking through things when we were doing the What's Vinny Gonna Watch. And then there was one that said something about Midnight Mass. And I was like, I'll put that on your watch list because we'll watch that together.
It's the Fall of the House of Usher.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's R-rated, this one. So I've seen the trailer and it's a little bit more kitschy and a bit darker. So, okay. So the OG is The Haunting of Hill House, which is one of the best haunting shows I've ever seen. Totally, agreed. Like, it's so good. The characters are amazing.
Yeah, that's why Bly Manor was a bit more of a, not let down, but a bit of a, it wasn't as intense.
Darker. As dark as The Haunting of Hill House was, there was kids. You were more into the characters because that you saw them as kids and then you saw them as adults. Bly Manor had a lot of kids in it too. But it was a little bit, do you know what it reminds me of? The Haunting of Bly Manor is that one with Nicole Kidman where she was, remember that show, that movie that she did where she was dead?
Oh,
no.
The Others.
It's
amazing.
It has a little bit of it reminds me a tiny bit about that, right?
That was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
M. Night Shyamalan.
I haven't seen that for ages. Yeah. Which is why I was like, when I
she kept closing the curtains.
What about when I tagged you in the other sun? What about the clips?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so we agree. Haunting of Hill House is amazing, right?
Fantastic.
I also think, in retrospect, because I remember watching The Haunting of Bly Manor and thinking it was pretty dark, but not as good as the first one. But now when I reflect back on it, I really want to rewatch it because I think about, remember the chick who thought who was dead the entire time, and the chick coming out of the lake, and then the chick ended up dying after 20 years because she dreamt about it and she was in a relationship with another chick, and she finally put it to bed, and her new partner was like, you have to put it to bed. Like you can't think that you're going to die for the rest of your life, because she was convinced she was going to die. And eventually the chick from the lake comes and gets her. That's how it ends.
I can't remember that.
It was hectic. And I actually, now I'm reflecting back on it, I think it's equally as good. I don't want to go back to the beginning.
I'll start because I want to redo Hill House, and then I'll continue with that.
I've done Hill House twice. I've done Bly Manor once. I didn't know about Midnight Mass. I did know at the time, but I forgot about it until I was researching it for now.
The guy that's a priest in Midnight Mass is in something else that we had watched, and we were obsessed. Me and Vinny had watched, and we were obsessed with them. We thought, oh, this will be great.
Which guy? Is Zach Guilford?
Is he the priest? Dark hair?
Oh, it's hard to say because I haven't seen it. But there's lots of people from the first and the second one, and there's some really.
He's like the main character.
I think it's the one you're thinking of, Friday Night Lights.
Hamish, no, it's Hamish Linklater.
Oh, he looks old as fuck in the picture I'm looking at.
What was he in? He was in Tell Me Your Secrets.
Oh, yeah, his father Paul.
He was in Tell Me Your Secrets. That's the one.
Oh, I see his face. Yeah, he's actually, that photo.
And Tell Me Your Secrets has Lily Rabe, who's from American Horror Story.
I love Lily Rabe too, but you love Lily Rabe, I know. Anyway, so I watched the trailer this week because it only came out on Thursday. Okay, so what's it called? The Fall of the House of Usher.
And when I'd seen that advertised, I thought they were talking about Usher, the rapper.
Well, there's also the Fall of the House of something else that means something else. Not the Usher, but there is, because I got confused as well. I know what you're saying. But do you know what's coming up in this is Sharp Objects. I'm going to totally make Tyler watch that. He's going to.
I haven't watched that yet. That's the one with Reese Witherspoon, is it?
No, that's the one with Amy Adams.
Is it Reese Witherspoon produced like the same? I think Reese Witherspoon's got in it like fucking that Little Big Lies.
No, it's fucking what's her face?
Yeah, but I think she may have produced it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it joins fellow A-listers Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman in their quest to take over TV as well as movies.
Okay, whatever. Don't care. But it is dark. Like, it's legit dark. Like hard. Okay. So the chick who wrote it, Gillian Flynn, is the chick who wrote Gone Girl. Have you seen Gone Girl?
Yes.
Have you read the book?
No, but I've got the book.
The book was amazing. The movies are also very, very good. It's a Ben Affleck one.
Yeah.
And it's Neil also Patrick got the Harris. Dude. Yes. Love that scene. So then she also did the one with Charlize Theron. Have you seen that one?
What's that?
I've read the book. So let me tell you. The one where she wakes up in the morning and everyone's murdered in her house.
Not Bombshells.
Dark Places. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, that will fuck you up. Anything Gillian Flynn touches makes it's so fucked up that you end up like being like want to rock in a dark place sometimes. It's so bad. So you think
Dark
of Gone
Places.
Charlize Theron.
So it's now available to rent. Okay. I'll rent it. And the other one.
So I've read all of Gillian Flynn's books. The movies are actually probably worse because it's in real life. So Gillian Flynn's books, you'll read them and be like, you want to rock in a corner, and then you see the film and it may not be the best adaptation, but you still be like, it's messed up shit. Sharp Objects, I think, is probably the worst one. Gone Girl's pretty fucked up.
That's on Fox still. So
Dark Places is really amazing, but also pretty fucked up. But I reckon Sharp Objects is the miniseries with Amy Adams in it.
I'm looking forward to watching it.
It's messed up, man.
Good.
You'll watch it and you'll message me and be like, what did I fucking watch?
Cool. Because we were looking for, because all we're watching at the moment is True Crime and My 600-Pound Life. We need a miniseries to keep us through.
So sharp objects. She puts on all this weight too because she's an alcoholic in it.
Okay, cool.
And it's got. Do you know who Patricia Clarkson is?
God, Google that.
She's amazing. Patricia,
oh yeah, I love her.
She is the best. I love her and everything she's ever done. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She is brutal in it.
Okay, cool.
You have to watch it.
All right, okay.
It's dark as shit. Anyway, let's go back to it. We're digressing as per usual. So, obviously we missed Midnight Mass. I feel like I've got to go back to it. So the new show is The Fall of the House of Usher. So I've watched the preview. So it only came out on Thursday night. I haven't watched any of it. It's R-rated. I don't know if all the others are R-rated. I'm not really sure.
I don't think so. Maybe MA.
This is R-rated. So basically, the preface is that it's a what do you call it? Family who are.
So I have had a look at it on Netflix, and I think it's like there's meant to be
crime family,
2 siblings or something that are, or 2 people in the family that are worried about their legacy getting lost, so they create something to make money for the rest of their family.
No, what it's about is a crime family. A crime family have been really successful and dodged the law their whole entire life. The dad's like the crime god. He's like dodged the law. He's dodged everything. He's untouchable, right? He's got all these dumb kids that he's made over the years. He's got all these family connections who rely on him. And all of a sudden, some devil woman comes to him and is like, it's time for payback, bitch.
Yeah. It's based on Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, they're all based on like old school stories. Literary. Even The Haunting of Hill House is based. It's not Edgar Allan Poe. It's based on. It's Shirley Jackson, 1959 novel. But so The Haunting of Hill House is based on a 1959 novel of the same name by Shirley Jackson. So they're all old stories that he reinvents.
Yeah, cool.
He's a bit of a legend, I think.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed the Midnight Mass, but I feel like the House of Usher is a little bit cliche and a little bit more not ghosty haunting that I'm into. It's like devil. Yeah. That's it.
Oh, okay. So we got to watch the Fall of the House of Usher. It's added to our.
I'm not sure I want to watch it, to be fair. It just made me want to go back to the beginning and watch The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor again. Well, maybe do the other one, the Midnight Mass. And then they got to get into discussion.
Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. The split.
I love this meltdown.
Me too.
I couldn't even believe that they were together in the beginning because I was like, it's a Jonas brother. She's super hot. Like, come on. But
Have you followed any of it?
I've seen to the point where they were saying she said something really horrible on video cam at the front door, but they didn't say what it was.
No.
And that's what they're saying is what the breakup happened. But I'm all for the drama. And I also know that they had this whole bitter custody battle because she wanted to go back to England.
Yeah.
And they had agreed to go back to England before they split. But now he's like, you're not fucking taking my kids. Tell me everything you know. This was about a week ago. I read the most recent stuff.
So you're pretty much up to date with what I've got to say, but basically Joe and Sophie officially called it quits in early September via a joint Instagram statement where the pair revealed that after 4 wonderful years, they've decided on an amicable end of their marriage. 4 years. Bitch.
She was at the football game too with Taylor and the new guy.
Oh, yes. I love that for Taylor.
And everyone's like, so nobody knows who it's Kelsey something. What's his name?
Yeah, Kelsey. Yeah.
And Taylor's like, he's a fucking football legend. He's not just about Taylor. Like, fucking. Yeah, and everyone's like, no one knew who he was until he started going out with Taylor.
There's a thing that's on Instagram where people are playing like a video in front of their boyfriends, but they're like, the girls are listening to it saying how this guy only came up into popularity since he started going out with Taylor, rah, rah, rah. And all the men who will know who he is are getting up and walking out of the room like, what the fuck are you talking about? We know who this cunt is.
The
I think that's
Swifties.
great.
The Swifties are out of control.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. But to be honest, when I knew that Joe and Sophie were getting together and got married, I mean, I knew they were never going to last.
Oh,
honestly.
Plus, he's a little tiny Jonas brother.
Well, it's not even that. It's like they found love and all that shit, which I get in a hopeless place. But she was super young. So she was 23 when she married him, when they got married.
I was married at 23.
That's still super young. And he was exactly, he was about 30. And they were also right up in their peak of their, well, not the peak of their fame, but they were also right up in their fame orientation. Like, so.
Well, I feel like she was more famous than him. I think
the Jonas brothers were fame. She was worldwide fame. He still had his fame in his own right in America and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I mean, they were still up in their height of fame where she was Game of Thrones. Jonas Brothers had just had a comeback and shit like that. And unless they were like super melded at the hip, there's a lot of distractions going on in that type of life. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of individually distractions that would be going on. And then you think about it.
So what's the other one? Chopra. What's the other chick who's married to the other Jonas brother? So there's one Jonas Brothers who's been married for years and years and years. And then there's the other one who's married to the other chick. So Nick. Sophie and the other one got married first. And
then Nick and the other chick. So they've done all that shit together. They also have 2 daughters together, which I didn't know about until I was reading about their divorce.
I knew about the 2 daughters.
3 and 1 years old.
Yeah.
3 and 1 year old.
Yeah. Willow's the first one.
Oh, you know their names.
Willow, Willa, Willa is the first baby. I can't remember the second baby's name.
So start with D.
I love her.
Anyways, the divorce occurred, and apparently it occurred because Joe was watching security footage from their Ring camera and heard Sophie say not so nice things about Joe to her friend.
I know all this. Yes,
and that's it. That's what the divorce sparked from. But for him, it was the final straw, and he started the divorce proceedings.
I think the media's blown out of proportion. I think they were already on the rocks, and apparently, from unnamed sources as well, allegedly she said something that no one's come out and said exactly what she said. Or who
you can't find what was actually
I've researched it heavily. I know. So, the thing that I know is that they apparently in court was that they had an agreement because she's English, obviously, and they've lived in the US for lots of years. And the agreement was that they were going to raise their daughters back in the UK. And that was the whole deal. And that's what they're fighting about in terms of custody now is because they're splitting. So I feel like it's just a little bit of a relationship breakdown. Maybe she said some shit, whatever. Maybe
she's bitched about him. He's heard it, but I think that's actually.
I don't think that's the reason that they're breaking up. They were already on the rocks.
But apparently that's the final straw. Is when he's heard her say this. So they were already on trouble town, and then he's heard this, and that was the final straw, which I think is a huge red flag if he's reviewing security footage to see what she's saying anyway.
Totally. And also she is English and she wants to go back to her home place and she's got 2 girls. So like totally, I get it. Like they're going to have to split their time. I'm fully for 50-50. Like you've got a 50-50 it. But like she wants to go home. He doesn't want to go home. She's been in the States for years. They're not together anymore. They're going to have to 50-50 it. There's no like, they're mine. They're all mine. It doesn't work that way. The states might say like, one person earns more and you have more, but I think it's 50-50. If you're going to live in a different country, then you're going to have to give them 50%.
And
whether it's half a year
or every 2 weeks.
Which is awful. You don't want to do a half a year without your kids. That's fucked. So you got to go back and forth.
Yeah. which is a 6-hour flight from New York anyway. Anyway, since then, the amicable split has taken a turn for the worst. Apparently, Sophie sued Joe for alleged wrongful retention of their 2 children and stated she only found out about the divorce through the media. Hashtag dumped by text. Please. Joe has denied this, of course, and what it's meant to have come from is that the kids have been in Joe's care in the US for the past 3 months, while Sophie was in the UK filming a new show. He apparently also wasn't liking her partying ways. And for some of the paps of her, she sure does look like she likes to party. And I totally hang with her. I'm totally into that. What are you looking at me like that for?
I can't believe you're saying that.
Wow.
Because she was 3 months away filming, because that's what her job is.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I totally think that's great. Like, she's out there filming. He should be looking after the kids.
Absolutely.
But he could have also brought them over to her.
Yeah,
and he's also doing, when he's doing his live shows, he's making statements about the divorce to the people, to his audience, which I think is shit. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's great that she's out there working and doing her thing. And I know that she likes to party, and I love that she likes to party. I totally hang with her.
We all do.
And apparently her and the chick who played Arya used to sit in the bath and smoke joints while they were filming Game of Thrones, which I also fucking love.
Is he telling people that? Is that what's happening?
No, that's what they'd spoken about, Arya and Sansa. However, hot off the press, please, as in 2 days ago, on 11 October, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner have agreed to settle their divorce in private. I
saw that too.
Joe filed to dismiss his petition for dissolution in Miami after he and the Game of Thrones alum attended mediation for 4 days.
Mediation helps.
And came to a temporary agreement regarding child custody. The court documents state the estranged couple reached various agreements and plan to pursue an amicable resolution on all issues.
Nice.
Earlier this week, they decided to split custody of their daughters, with each parent having the children for about 2 weeks at a time.
That's nice.
The pair will hand off custody to each other through till January 7th, 2024, giving the kids the opportunity to spend Thanksgiving with their father and Christmas with their mother.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah,
it's totally nice that they've come to that agreement, because really it is very hard, but it's also when people split, it's 50-50. If someone wants to move to the other side of the world, you're gonna have to make it. You can't just stop doing stuff because
you can't stop people from having
but
their
you also
lives.
Can't see your kids. You can't stop people from seeing their kids because you want to live on a different part of the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's all.
It's not nice. It's not a nice thing to do. Like, you don't want to, uproot the children a lot, but you've got to be like, I still have a right to be a 50% parent. Like, you've got to have 50%. I've got to have 50%. We can still make it work if we're really cool people and we just try really hard to make it seamless. You can make it seamless. You can.
You can. It takes hard work.
It absolutely does.
Like a podcast. It takes longevity, hard work, and commitment. And soon you'll have somebody guest speaking for you.
I'm gonna make it in the big time, please.
Yeah. Little spoiler alert. We may have a guest speaker coming on soon.
A very interesting guest speaker.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed our take on the issues that piqued our motherfucking interest.
Plus. Tune in next week for True Crime Anywhere, where we can pick a case from anywhere in the world. Hashtag no restrictions. Hashtag I can't believe it'll be our last True Crime ep for season 7. If you do like what you hear, please tell your mates and like, share, and subscribe to all our socials and or posts. Oh, and remember, if you're whining, you're winning. Good night, you stupid bitches.
Good night.
Good night.
Do you know what has become my favorite though?
Yeah, That stupid bitch. Mm-hmm. He's a stupid bitch. What a stupid bitch. That stupid bitch.